activity. We have discussed 3 ways. One is by changing the activity cost directly in the workflow, or by changing the threshold value from the backend, or by using the standard function. These are the 3 ways of deferring the activity. But when the activity is deferred, every time we need to run a workflow background process. With what parameters? First parameter is workflow background. Just run the workflow background process. Workflow back. Just go to sysadmin and you try to submit it. See here the process deferred will be selected as yes, and if you are running for a specific item type, you need to run here. You need to place your item type, and with the timeout n, and you are giving the item type here. But how many times you will run a day? How you would know how many activities are deferred? This is very difficult. So in real world, what we do is we will schedule a workflow background process. Let us discuss about it. First way is, in order to process deferred activities, we will schedule workflow background process for every 5 minutes. For every 5 minutes. With what parameters? Item type null, minimum threshold null, maximum threshold null, process deferred is y, and process timeout is no, and process stuck is also no. So let us see how to schedule it. So first 3 parameters are null. This is yes, this is no, this is also no. With these parameters, one program will be scheduled for every 5 minutes. Go to periodically, run the job periodically for minutes. Every 5 minutes we will run, and I would like to end it tomorrow because this is a test instance. We can't maintain the database request. That's why I'm end dating tomorrow. Just click on OK, submit. Now for every 5 minutes, your workflow is going to kick. Whatever the deferred activities are there, they will be automatically run. So in this way, we will schedule a workflow background process. Let us try to submit the workflow. Go to system workflow background, or else you can go to directly sysadmin. Go to workflow, administrator workflow, developer studio. You can go to you can use this navigation also. So in the last video session, we have developed one workflow. What is that workflow? So this is your item type, right? In the last video sessions, we have created this one, and try to submit it. Run the workflow. Submit the workflow. Okay. And go to status monitor and place your item type and item key. See here, it is still active, right? But after 5 minutes, when the workflow background process runs, see start, it is deferred thread. It is at what? Deferred thread. Once the workflow background process automatically runs for every 5 minutes, this deferred activity will be completed and it will go to next activity. What is the next activity we have here? Next activity is function. Now it is with what? Deferred. So in this way, we can automate the process. This is a real-time practice. And this is for deferred activity, to pick deferred activities. If we want to pick timeout activities, then we will be using all null and deferred activity no and process stuck no, and we'll use process timeout as S. We will discuss this particular topic, this particular scheduling of this particular workflow for timeout activities in the coming videos. So now we have discussed about the deferred activity and how to schedule a workflow background process for activating the deferred activities. So this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please watch coming videos. Hi friends, in the last video sessions, we have worked on result out parameters. Complete is completed and deferred in 3 ways completed. Now the error, result out error will be covered after func merge. Now if I cover it also, there is no use. So we'll go with error in after func modes or along with the func modes. And anyway, in our course, waiting and notified will not be covered because I have not used them till now. Let's go for the func modes. Func modes of a function. Func mode will be having 3 statuses like this: run, cancel, retry. It is for only functions. And for notifications, we'll be having 9 responses like this, 9 func modes like this. First, we'll work with the func modes for the functions. Functions means whenever a function is called or a procedure is called from the workflow, then that particular procedure will have these 3 statuses, these 3 func modes only, always, among which always run will be used in real time. The cancel and retry is rare case, and till now I have not used. Let us see how these status func modes will comes into picture, when they will be comes into picture. For that, we need to create a workflow. We'll create a sample workflow. Give me 1 minute. I'll open the WFSTD. You can open it from the database also. It is available in the database also, no problem. Now save it as apps, sorry, not in the database. You just save it as in your local machine. XX func modes for functions and notif. Or else write down XX MRA XX func modes for functions and notification. try to copy this one. It should be description of your workflow. Now go to standard, new item type. Here xx func notification. Display name must be your same as your workflow name, and here also same. It is completed. Now save into your local as well as your xx func save. Now save into your database also, apps wish. Okay, now we have got the new item type. Now let us open. First we will work on how the func modes will be for the functions. Functions means it is nothing but procedures in terms of database language. Functions means in terms of workflow language. So when you open a procedure here, xx func mode proc, xx func mode proc for func and notif. Proc. Just apply. Now when you open here your process monitor, here I would like to have a start button. Go to standard item type. Here you can see end, you can see start, and here only you can have a function. And now go to your new item type, click on function, new function, xx function func mode, xx function func mode. Here the function mode we need to give. Just click on apply. We need to create a function procedure for that. Correct them in this way, and see the start button must be having a start button, start, and the end will should have here end. Now sample workflow is completed. Now here we need to call a function and see the what are the status or the function, what are the func modes for this particular activity. For that we need to create a table as well as a function, a procedure. First we'll create a table. Create table name xx func modes. Okay, and what are the columns you want to have? Item key, item type, varchar 2 of 8 characters, and second one is item key, varchar 2 of 360 characters, and the third one is act id number, and fourth one is func mode, varchar 2 of say 100. Everything you can have. And if you want to insert any other information, we will alter the table as per our requirement. Just I'm creating the table, varchar 2. The table have been created. Now we'll create a procedure, create or replace procedure xx func mode proc. Proc means or prog, anything you can have, or pkb, pks. It is not a package, right? Proc. Okay, is begin, end. What are the mandatory parameters? We have item type varchar2, item key varchar2, and act id number func mode varchar2. Okay, these are the 4 input parameters. If you mention if you don't mention in, then automatically system will take it as a in parameter. And what is the last parameter? Result out. You should know, it is not mandatory to have same names, but it is a best practice. Result out parameter, out varchar 2. So here result out is not required. Now the procedure structure have been created. Now what I want to do is, now the structure have been completed, right? I will write insert into what is the table name which we have created. For understanding the func modes, we have created this one. Modes, values. See, these are the column types, column names. These are the variables in parameters. Don't confuse here. Here I am inserting the values. Here you will understand how the act ID will be given. It is every time, or once it is given, the same number will be given every time. Func mode. These are the 4 characters, right? So now here one point, for covering one point, I am writing here commit. Okay, and take one example of variable n number, n varchar2, a varchar2 of 1 character. It has some specific reason. Just try to have this one is equals to some d. Okay, now it has no issue, right? Just try to compile it. Now why we are writing this function means, in order to capture the func mode, when the func mode will be in run, when the func mode will be in cancel, when the func mode will be in retry. For understanding that, we have created one procedure and we have created a table. Okay, here in real time we will be writing here our own logic, that is inserting the data into staging table, or calling the API, or checking the conditions, validations, anything we can write as per your business logic. But here our intention is to understand how the func mode will be. Just compile it again because I have added the comments. Now just call this procedure. How to call this procedure from the workflow? Just go to a function where you will have a column called function name. Just place it, apply. And here I'm not doing anything. I'm not giving the cost, I'm not giving the result type, anything I'm not giving. Just I'm calling the procedure from the workflow. That's it. And compile it, save as into your database. Let us see apps this. Now it is successfully saved into your database. Now open your apps, go to Developer Studio. What is the responsibility? Workflow administrator, web applications. Here what is your item type which we have created? Go to this particular item type tab and copy it and place here. And if you want to have workflow type, see here, what is your workflow name here? This is a workflow name. Just place it. Every time we are using item key, right? Just check it out whether it is there or not. See, we can use the name of your workflow also. Automatically item type will come. So go. and run. Now item key, I want to keep item key as your item type. What is the item type? What is the item type? Item type, I'm giving 1. Same as here. User key is same as your item user key. See, when you select the table, see here, select the table, select star from, select star from, what is the table name? No records are there. For instance, before committing it, just comment it for now. We'll see in the next immediate example. I'm not using commit here. Just comment your commit. Now run the workflow, submit. I'll tell you that point. Go to status monitor. Go to your internal name as, what is your internal name? This one. Click on go. See, it is completed, right? If you go to activity history, it is completed normally. The function mode is completed normally. There is no, just the procedure which is there in this particular func mode, this particular function, that procedure is called successfully. Now let us see what is the func mode of the function. What is the func mode? Run. So see here, what is act ID? Act ID is equals to this much, and func mode is run. Func mode when run, here we can conclude one point is when procedure called or function procedure called from function in workflow, always it will have func mode is run. This is the first conclusion I would like to give. So what is the item key we have given here? This one. Now let us do second case. Now I'm committing here. Okay, you will understand why I have committed, because your workflow will not complete. Check it out. Now I have added a commit, and again run the workflow. What is your workflow name? XX func NO. The second point, XX2. Okay, go to status monitor. What is your function? What is your function name? Internal name of our workflow, that is a XX finc NO, and here it is 2. Click on go. See here, it is also completed normally. So it should not complete normally because activity history. Okay, go to select star from func modes. What it is there? See, act ID is same, but func mode is run. See, whenever the function is completes normally, always the func mode will be run. Now I would like to do some error. I want to create some error in the program. Due to some reasons, you have got here two characters ds. What is the character you're having? What is the maximum length of your character you have given? Maximum is 1, but here how many you have given? It is a runtime error. Okay, when you get the runtime error, so now I'm intentionally erroring. I'm intentionally erroring. Why? Because here when you run the workflow, it is completing normally. How can I retry it? What is the next status we have? Retry. So for that I'm erroring it for retry action. So what I did is, here I have placed here two characters. I have placed two characters here. Definitely we should get numeric value error because the string buffer is too low. So when you compile it, compilation error will not be get. You'll get a runtime error, so that you can retry. You'll get the retry option. So let us try to submit it again. Go to Developer Studio, XX, run. What is your item type? This is item type, right? This is 4 I'm giving. This is also for submit. When you click on OK, see here, when you see the status of this particular workflow, see it is gone into error. Why? Because if you see the status here, what it is saying, commit happened, and in a commit happened in the activity function, you are getting error, first error. So here you have used commit in the workflow. Try to not to use commit. Commit is not going to be a valid statement. This is the second point I want to cover. What is the second point? Commit statement is not valid in workflow. And now I fixed it. What I'm doing is I'm commenting it. Now see here. But if everything goes correctly, if you use commit, it is not erroring. If you observe in the last case, in the item key with 2, we didn't get any error when we use commit. But if anything wrong, the commit applied, then you will get the issue. So try to not to use commit. Now what is the status you are having? Check it out in the select star from func mode. Check it out here. Do you have anything here with the item key 4? Item key 4, yes, it is still in run mode. It is come to run mode. It is come to run mode, but the workflow is errored. Now you can see, when you see the status, you can see here button called